Welcome to Bar Chat, that's where it's at.
I'm Lexi.
I'm Bianca.
And I'm Becca.
And we're chatting all things dance.
So currently I'm in Philadelphia, and then Becca and Bianca are on the West Coast, if you guys want to say where you are.
In LA. Let's
Los
go.
So I'm all by myself on the East Coast, and we're learning how to Zoom and do the podcast at the same time. So this is a trial run, but this is the first time that we're back together doing the podcast since May of 2022. So it's been a while, and we have a lot to catch you guys up on.
We do.
Yes. You guys have been listening to us every other week, but we haven't recorded an episode literally since May. So yeah, we have a lot to say, a lot to talk about. So I'm like so excited for this episode. I've been listening to all the episodes after they've been like done editing, finishing, and I feel like I've been so eager to record more ever since.
Me too. It's been
was just so
honestly
exciting.
crazy. Like the fact that we now have a podcast that you guys know about, because the last time we were together, nobody knew that we were making a podcast because we kept it a secret.
Yeah.
So it's so cool that like you guys know about it. We're getting such positive responses, and we love all of the support, and we appreciate you guys so much. And I'm so glad that this podcast is really resonating with people, because we did not know like if people would even listen to it. And the fact that we have so many listeners, it's absolutely insane. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it means the world. So what is this episode called?
That's a great question. So this episode is more going to be about us filling you guys in on what you've missed. We haven't talked about anything after May all the way up until now. This episode is going to get released in, I think we said December, right? This is a December or November. A November,
Yeah.
December episode. But right
Yeah.
now it is August 2nd. So I'm sorry,
October
it's October
2nd.
2nd.
Oh my God. I was like,
It's
what?
October 2nd. My bad. So we have to fill you in on June, July, August, September. We have a lot to fill you guys in on. So
Yeah,
the first thing,
a lot.
we have a lot, yeah. The first thing that I wanted to fill you guys in on is our hair. All of our hair,
know.
we have all three of us, even if it's not like that much, we've all changed our hair since the last time
So
we've been
different.
together. So for me, I cut my hair to like my shoulders. It's grown out a bit, and then I dyed it this like darkish red color. And the last time we were together, it was a little bit longer, and I had like blonde highlights /
Yeah.
like blonde tips, I guess. And no more
Yeah.
blonde. I'm done with being blonde. So that's my little hair transformation. And then
Yeah.
You
And if you
guys.
could see my hair transformation, I'm a redhead now. So literally, this is the Redhead podcast. Bianca, get with it.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
know.
dye your hair
Um,
red.
I'm not in the group yet. But
Yeah.
Becca, that's like a huge transformation. I guess mine is too. Like my hair was super long when we filmed
I
last.
love it.
And I chopped it off. As
I
you
love
can see,
it.
if you're watching the video, it's like right above my shoulders almost. And it just feels a lot fresher. So
No, I
Slay.
love this
I
glow
love
up.
all of our hair. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we needed a change.
But
I agree.
Bianca, you need to get
You got to
with
do the red. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
You gotta
went to
join
my
us.
hairstylist 2 days ago and I got my highlights darkened for fall. It's probably not very noticeable because it just looks like my natural hair. But I had some blonder highlights a couple months ago and it was getting really like not my vibe. So I darkened it, but it's going to lighten again. But I don't
feel
know about the
same
red.
way. No, I feel the same way about the blonde though. Like after summer, I'm like, okay, I can't do like lighter hair. Like I need to darken it a bit because
Yeah.
just something about like fall. I'm like, dark hair,
Yeah.
it's just so fitting. And then
It
I've
fits.
always said that I was going to do red. And even though it's not that noticeable, like it was like a nice little segue into like if I want to do more red, which I kind of think I do because I like it.
Why not?
So-
Right?
Like whatever. Like,
I
it's
think it
my
would
hair.
look good.
Yeah. Gonna go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it. But okay, so something super big happened since the last time that we have talked to you guys. Bianca she hit a milestone. So I'm going to pass it to you. This is
yes.
super exciting.
Passing the torch over. Well, okay, so I guess to update everybody, since we filmed in May, I hit 1 million friends on TikTok.
Yay!
Which was just very amazing and incredible, and I am so grateful and thankful for everyone that follows me and chooses to watch my videos. It just means the absolute most to me. So that was
We're so
super
proud of
cool.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's honestly amazing.
I mean, it's really just, I can't put it into words. But I'm super grateful. And that was really cool to see after all of the hard work that goes into making content, as you guys know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you did a little photo shoot, right, to celebrate?
Yeah, I just got the balloons because
Looked familiar, right?
I was going to
Lexi?
say,
Yeah,
I
the
see,
copycat action over here.
yeah, I see a lot of people do it. And
she's talking about
um,
me.
at Lexus Trechak, sorry,
It's okay.
Trechak. But yeah, I figured like I want to remember this,
Definitely.
and why not?
Yeah, I remember because I hit 1 million in February.
Yeah.
So like
I remember way back when I
way
hit
back
1
when
million.
I hit 1 million friends on TikTok. No, the photo shoot was very fun. Like I remember walking around with like the big 1M balloons, and everyone was like, "What is that girl doing? Like,
Yeah.
who is that girl?" Like,
The
it was just
only
so funny.
thing, the only thing with my balloons was when I went to Party City, they were like, "We don't do helium here." I'm like,
Oh,
so-
I had to blow it up. Yeah.
yeah, but they blew it up for me, but they wouldn't float.
Oh.
So I didn't have strings for my balloons to float in the air, so I had to like hold these massive.
No, me too. Me too.
balloons. You did?
Yeah.
It
I
was
didn't have
so
strings
challenging. It was
because I had
so,
to blow mine up. There was no helium. It was literally like my breath.
because
in the balloons.
apparently it's like not allowed. Apparently, I don't know. And like, I
Or
was
like maybe it's
oh.
the type of like it's not like the normal balloon.
Yeah,
style.
so they would not float. So I had to hold the 1 and the M, and it was like a struggle to get the right shot. But anyways,
No,
I'll
yeah.
remember that.
It
I'll
was
remember
very
that.
fun though. Well, congratulations. That is super exciting. And
Congrats. Thank
seriously, we're so
you.
proud of you.
Thank you
That is
guys.
absolutely awesome. And then
Thanks.
Becca, you have some exciting news too. Are you still a student
Yeah.
or what's going on?
No, guys, I literally dropped out of college. I've
Not
been
me
joking
laughing.
about that. No, because like, but yeah, a lot has changed since May. So as you guys know, I was a student at a little college in Boston, and I was going there. A little college in Boston. And I was going there, and I'm going into my senior year, so I actually did not drop out. But my school, I kind of wish I did. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I love a good degree. No, not tea. Well, so my school has a program or this sort of thing that if you get into a company or a training program for your last year, you can do that like for credit. So they call it like professional transition. And so that's what I did. I'm not going to really like get into like, though actually I will get into the whole story.
I think you should. It's a good story. I want to hear it again.
So yeah. So I didn't really talk about this, but maybe like if I decide to open up later in an episode, but like I had a really hard time at school, and like this past year like was just like a really hard year. Like you guys heard some stories in the previous episodes, like episode 2. I don't know. I just didn't really have a good time. Like I was always crying, always struggling, whatever. You know, just
I know
like
what that's
classic.
like.
Yeah,
Sorry,
classic.
I didn't mean to laugh. You're just like always
No.
crying.
No, and I literally was like, I thought that was like my norm. I was like, okay, I guess it's just how I am now. Like
Aw.
I'm always crying. Yeah, I know. So sad. So then like I went away for the summer and I was just dancing in LA and I was enjoying myself and I was like, wow, like I forgot what it was like to like actually be happy. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
No,
I was
really.
like, I actually forgot what that was like because of like
Aw.
how like much I was like struggling at school.
Right,
So I started getting like really bad anxiety about going back to school, and I was trying to think like, what do I want to do to change that? And I was like, okay, well, I could do the professional transition, and if I get into a training program. But my issue is that my school is made for like the contemporary concert dancer, which is very like East Coast centric, like ballet, modern, contemporary companies.
Yeah.
And I decided I want to go more the commercial route. And I was like, well, there's no like commercial training programs. Like that's not a thing. Like there are contemporary company training programs like Hubbard Street or like so many other
Joffrey.
options.
Yeah.
Joffrey. but that's not what I want. So I was like, oh, I can't think of any. And then I thought of this little place called The Space in Barre, California.
Woo-hoo!
It's been great so far. So basically I like just randomly emailed Krista Miller, who owns the program with
first name
her
basis.
husband. Yeah. So I emailed her and was like, told her my situation. They literally accepted people. This was in July. I emailed her. They literally accepted people back in April. And there was like a huge audition process. And I was like, hey, can I come? And she was like, yeah, like we're doing a workshop on Sunday. She invited me to the workshop. I drove out there. She watched me dance and she was like, we'd love to have you. And I was just like, literally, I was just in shock, to be honest. Like,
That's so crazy.
yeah, well, I like did not expect that to happen. She was so nice. She was so friendly. And like, she was kind of telling me a little bit how like, she thinks like everything happens for a reason, and like it was perfect timing because someone else like had dropped out for personal reasons, and like there was a spot open, and I like emailed her like right away, and I just like,
wow.
and like being in the program for the past few weeks, I've had like so many like realizations in life, and like I'm so genuinely happy there.
That's
like
awesome.
so happy. I have never had a weekly hip hop class. Like I never took hip hop at my studio. The only time I took hip hop classes was like twice a year when I'd go to dance conventions.
Yeah.
I grew up doing mostly ballet and contemporary, and for the past 3 years I've been dancing in ballet and modern every single day. I have not done a sharp dance style in like forever.
Sharp
like
dance style.
a sharp dance style in forever. And so let me tell you, it was like scary going in, but we do hip hop like almost every day. We do styles that I am not comfortable in almost every day. And like, I said this to like myself the other day, but I was like, I'm so proud of myself. And I feel like that's like something I want to relay over to you guys. Like, it's good to look back at the decisions you make and look back at your dancing career and just like thank yourself. Be like, I'm proud of myself for making this decision. I could have totally went the easy route and continued on the path I wanted to continue on. I could have kept going to school and being miserable and basically like, in my opinion, like not improving technically or improving in the styles I want to improve on. But instead, I put myself in that uncomfortable situation and I'm not sticking to the status quo. And, you know, I just like it's so important to look back at those moments and like look at your dancing and say like, how often do you say like, wow, I'm actually really proud of myself?
Yeah.
Because
awesome.
you usually look back at your life and your decisions with
Right.
like regrets, but why would you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with something like this, you know, like your college dance experience.
Mm-hmm.
And in hindsight for me, like I realize now that I could have probably shifted as well. I just didn't for whatever reason, but it's so great that you've
It's so
been able
hard,
to do
though.
it. Yeah. It's a big
Yeah.
switch, but it takes a lot of courage, but now you're on the other side and you can say like, this was so worth it. And I'm so grateful that I've had the opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
wouldn't take anything back. Like I'm still so glad that I went. Obviously, I'm still getting a degree at this
Yeah,
school. I'm still
right.
graduating. So I'm not saying at all that I regret going because I'm so thankful for all the training I got there. It was insane training and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I hit a point where that was like all I needed and it was time to move on. And so I
Exactly.
had to listen to myself.
Mm-hmm.
No, and I'm so glad you realized that like sometimes it takes people a lot longer to make a decision like that, and for you to make a hard decision when you're in the middle of college to do that, I'm so proud of you because look at where you are now in just
Yeah.
literally just a couple of weeks, you know?
Yeah, literally 3 weeks.
And like if it's good in just the first weeks, imagine what it could be in a couple months, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and you
yeah,
just
very
look so
excited for you.
happy.
You do.
You look like you're
Yeah.
enjoying it a lot.
No, I really like feel a lot more like myself and I
Yeah.
really feel like I'm
She's
around.
back.
I know, actually. Like I feel like I'm around my people
Yeah.
a little bit
Good.
more.
That's so important.
Like
Wait,
more
we're not
I'm
your
so-
people?
no.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, but like I'm
That
so
doesn't
much
come as a
more
surprise to me.
Right.
I'm so much more comfortable being like myself now.
Yeah.
Like,
Good.
and like unapologetically me.
Unapologetically you.
Yeah, no,
That's
but
awesome.
obviously I have those people in my life like you two where
Like us. Yeah.
like I
that's
can
it.
no, honestly. No, but like it's great. It's great to dance in an environment where you feel safe and
Right.
you feel open to being your true self without feeling judged.
Right.
So,
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so I guess I'll fill you guys in on some updates. The first one I wanted to talk to you guys about was my toe, because I was telling you guys about. Why are you laughing? They want to know about my toe.
I know it's a little tragic though.
Yeah, it
but I
is.
love that we're really getting updates from
Yeah,
our,
you're gonna get some updates. So I thought it was broken. It wasn't broken. It was turf toe, which means that like the joint, like standing on releve, excruciating pain. I had a turf toe and a bunion, so therefore I needed to get steroids injected into it, like a cortisone shot. And so I was doing a production of Chorus Line this summer, and I was dancing a lot on like character shoes, my Laducas, got to clarify that.
Yeah.
And that was like
subtle flex.
subtle flex. So it was just hurting my foot so bad to the point where like I could not dance in it anymore. So after 2 months, because I saw you guys in May and it was hurting, it took me 2 months to finally get a doctor's appointment and for it to get like fixed. So I got the
Crazy.
shot, and then it like a cortisone shot is literally like a band-aid. Like this is not going to be a temporary fix, and I know I'm gonna struggle with this in a couple weeks probably, because
Yeah.
it lasts 6 weeks to 6 months. So it's been a couple months since then, so we'll see what happens.
Can I just say really quick though
Yeah.
that I'm proud of you for taking the steps to go get it fixed and like figure out what it is. Not just for you specifically, but like dancers will just like write that off. Like they don't
Yeah.
care sometimes. And we're all probably guilty of it, but like props to you, Lexi, for going and getting it checked out and like getting
No,
a diagnosis.
Thanks. Usually
And
I
I
don't.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
realized that when we were listening to our injury episode, being like, "Oh no, I didn't get it checked out," and we were like,
Exactly. I'm like,
No, because I literally last week I hurt my wrist and I just wore like a wrist brace until the pain went away. And it did. See, I feel like that happens so much with dancers where it's like you literally just wait until it goes away. Just dance it off. And I've done that so many times, and I know that that's not good, but it usually
"Keep
works.
calm and
Yeah.
dance on."
Exactly.
Yeah.
But for this, like I could not move past it. And so I got it fixed in July. Things were good for about maybe 3 weeks. And then the same thing happened to my left big toe. So then I started to hurt really bad. Again, I couldn't dance. And so then I had to get the steroids again in my other foot. So fingers crossed, things are good right now, but who knows when it'll start wearing off. But that's my little toe update.
A tup date, if you will.
A tup date, if you will. Some more exciting things this summer. Oh, I just hit the microphone. This summer in July, I actually almost forgot to mention this. I went to Nashville and performed with my dance studio at the Grand Ole Opry.
yes.
So that was actually
Slay.
pretty cool. That was a big sleigh. And when I was there, I met so many people who knew who I was, and it was so cool. Like I met so many cool people. We made TikToks. I took pictures with a lot of people, and I even had like one studio like reach out to me about like coming and like guest teaching at their studio, and
That's so
like
fun.
also the dance event. I don't know how to word this. Like the event that we went through with whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
they also knew who I was. And so like they were like
Okay.
talking to me afterwards. So like maybe things will happen potentially in the future. But like
Wow.
this was a very cool like door opener for me. And I had a really good time. And performing in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry is a dream come true. So
at the Grand Ole Opry.
Opry.
Sorry.
So
You're like, "Oh yeah, when I performed at the Grand Ole Opry." Like, it's such
So
a
I'll be
flex.
telling my kids like, yeah, so like when I was 21, I performed at the Grand Ole Opry. Like,
You have the accent well.
thank you so much. I'm a speech pathologist. Well,
Oh, yeah,
not yet,
true.
but I will
the
be. So
making.
in the
Yeah.
making.
I think it's really cool that you got to see a lot of your listeners and
Yeah.
watchers and fans, because
my watchers.
we all, your watchers, haters, maybe. So, because I think that we all kind of started growing during COVID. So
Mhm.
like I'm sure like it kind of hit you like a truck.
It
'Cause
did.
you didn't get to see like, oh, that first hi, like I know who you are.
Right.
It was like no one no, people come up to you, but it's like a few people coming up to you, and then you go to the Grand Ole Opry and like you have just like tens of people coming up to you at once. So like
it was very
must have been
surreal.
insane. Yeah.
I was like taken back by how many people knew who I was. My dance teacher thought it was the funniest thing. Somebody took a picture with my dance teacher because she was like, oh my God, like you teach Lexi. Like it was just the coolest thing.
Oh my gosh.
It was very cute. And like,
That's so cute.
yeah, ever since like I've been on TikTok, I have been out of the dance competition world. Like I'm not going to these events. Like I kind of just went with my dance studio because they're like, oh, like, do you want to come perform at the Grand Ole Opry? And I was like, well, yeah, of course I do. And so like I haven't been around.
Where'd you
like,
perform again?
the Grand Ole Opry. No,
Thank
but
you.
I haven't been around this stuff in so long. So it made me realize like, wow, they know who I am. Like it was just so crazy. But that was definitely a July highlight. That was super cool. And then something that happened, it was about a month ago. It was in like September. Oh, well, if you guys are listening to this is not a month ago, but back in September, I was invited to guest co-host on an iHeartRadio radio show called Bex and Buster. So it was very, very neat. So she just had a baby. So she was like on maternity leave. So they were looking for like different guest co-hosts to come in. So they reached out to me and I came in and I co-hosted for an entire week. And I've never done radio before. Like this podcast was new to me, like when we started it. And then I started getting better at just like conversing and kind of like the bits and the banter, you know? And it was very different on the radio because I wasn't talking about myself. I was talking about whatever little topic they picked for each segment and kind of like my opinion on, like, it was different than this, but I loved it. And I've never considered doing radio before, but when I was there, like I didn't even realize the extent of like how cool it was until I like pulled up and I see the big like iHeartRadio sign and I was like, iHeartRadio, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it was so crazy. And so like they had these big doors with a huge heart on it and they were red and it was just like iHeartRadio themed office. It was so cool. And so we were filming and I don't know, I just like fell in love with like radio. So I've been like corresponding to the people that work there and maybe something will come out of it in the future. I would love to. So I might do another thing with them. I would hope that would happen because I had such an excellent time. And like this is funny. So after I came out and like finished filming for the day, I was like sitting waiting for my friend to pick me up and I just was like I was just like glowing with happiness. So I recorded this video of myself and I was like, don't forget this feeling. Like this is the best feeling. Like you are so happy. Like you just like slayed. You just achieved some dreams. Like check that off the list of goals. Like never forget this feeling. And I like went back and watched it and I was like, oh God, like why did I record that? But I like didn't want to forget how I felt. Like it was so amazing.
Yeah, it's so important, I think, too. You bring up a great point, like kind of like journaling or doing little video diaries of like how you feel in that moment, because it's sometimes good to look back on and be like, that's why I'm doing this, or like that's how I felt, that's why I want to keep doing this, or maybe that's how I felt, I don't want to keep doing this, you know?
Yeah, I didn't realize, I mean, I didn't think that I wouldn't like it, but I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. And like I could totally see myself like having my own radio show one day. Like that would be a literal dream. Like that was
but
just
always
so cool.
remember your roots.
So cool.
Oh no, well, you know what, it made me realize how much I missed doing the podcast with you guys and how much I wished we were doing it in real time, because I love talking about myself and I love talking. Like you cannot shut me up. Like when you guys ask me a question during the podcast, I'm going on for like 10 minutes. Like I am so annoying.
No, wait,
like I'm always
like right
talking.
now?
Like right now, yeah. I'm
Can
always
we talk
talking
about that though, because sometimes I'll be like going through the episode and I'll be like, Lexi's been going on. Like I love her, but doing this podcast has made me realize how when Lexi tells a story, she likes to tell you every
detail. I know. I know.
Every single one.
You literally, if she'll be telling you about iHeartRadio, she's like, so I walked in and then I opened the door. I opened the left one.
Door. Okay, but also doing this podcast did make me realize how many times Becca says the word like when she's telling a story. So if she's gonna call me out, I'm gonna call you right back, because like,
it is true.
so like I joined this like place like called Brea Space, like and like it was so Brea, whatever it's called.
It's called the
like,
space.
Like the space, like
Oh God.
What about me?
Can't think of anything wrong with you, but there definitely is something.
No, Bianca makes faces during the podcast.
Yeah, I just
she
was- I
does.
I was just
She
doing
was just
that.
making them. I know. I was laughing because I
And it's
watched you make
also,
them.
it's the laugh. Like that.
No.
Listen, wait. I need to talk about that for a second. I keep like listening back to it, and then I'm like, I don't think that's actually how I'm laughing. I think I just like do that as like a
On
weird.
purpose. I know
Yeah,
you do.
like, no, because like if I'm actually hysterically laughing, I'm not like ha, like I'm like just like ha, like whatever. Okay, that was terrible too, but it's like really weird because Lexi, you were like, oh, like Bianca, you have like some weird moments like with your laugh, and I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? And then
Lexi
I'm
would be
hearing
like, can we cut that out? Like,
yeah,
I was
No,
like,
'cause-
please cut her laugh out.
because I go like, it's like, what am I doing?
But you know what? Like, this podcast has really humbled me for when I make like my weird, stupid comments, because like there were times where like you're talking and then you just hear me in the back and I'm like, okay, like just making like random like commentary that like I don't know if it's because we cut something out or if I was just like in my own
No.
world, but I'm doing some weird stuff.
Wait.
Like,
There was one episode where me and Becca were in the middle of talking, and then Lexi was literally like, I have a comment.
that's what it was. That's what it was.
And we're like,
go back
don't know
to
why I said
one.
that.
Go back to one of the promo videos because it's on our Instagram or TikTok account, and like I couldn't cut it out of the promo because like we're literally talking during it. All of a sudden you hear, I have a comment.
I don't know why I said that. Like, I have no idea why I said like I have a comment.
But you said,
No
it like
context.
so quietly and like matter of fact, like this is what I'm gonna say. We're like, okay.
No, it was like everyone stopped talking immediately because I have a comment.
Yes, exactly.
No, but circling back to Bianca's facials.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
talk about that one time where she goes, Becca, you
This thing?
said this, but I actually feel opposite.
And it was like the opposite.
Anytime,
With the hand
It
movements.
was like this. I actually feel the opposite.
No, it was the opposite.
No, the eyebrow went up. The
And
eyebrow went
the
up.
hands, like the little like dance that you did, was so good.
I know.
the
And now anytime I want to say something like that, like if someone's making a comment and like I want to say like I feel the opposite to that, I always think of that. Like I literally almost said that the other day. I was like, I actually feel
The opposite.
Okay, let's roll the video because it's the funniest thing ever.
Really though, like let's get it in here.
Yeah. Let's get our producer on that.
Nico, Beckett.
Oh, that's
We're literally across the country from each other, and we said that at the same time.
no, that used to happen
Telepathy.
all the time.
Telepathy.
Yeah, no, but that's what we were joking about before we started filming today because like Nico's my boyfriend. He's a musician, and so
Oh, he
he's in
is?
here.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have a boyfriend, Becca? Oh, you have
Yeah.
a boyfriend, Bianca? I had no idea. It's not
Yeah,
like
so
they were
me and-
they hung out with us the entire time that I was in LA, and I fifth wheeled for the entire trip.
Well, you didn't
Yeah,
bring your
so-
boyfriend.
I know. I had to find one. First, I didn't do that.
Next trip.
Next trip, which is in January.
But me and January coming up.
Are we allowed to?
But-
Are you telling? I'll say it. I'm going back to LA. We're gonna film season 2, baby.
I know, literally glow up, and it's gonna be like the biggest glow up ever.
Oh yeah,
Um,
hair different.
Can I just say though, also you said glow up. These backgrounds
Not for you.
today. These backgrounds
glow
Are
down.
humbling. They're humbling.
Okay, because obviously we're all across the country, but we wanted there to be like some semblance of like we're in the same space,
And
So
we're in
we
this
all got-
together.
yeah. So we all got the same background. However, it's kind of the like texture of a tablecloth, and so
like a
it
hospital
wishes.
gown.
It wishes.
and like good for that. Like if that was what it actually was, great. But it's a background, and you can see the lines. And like I
Yeah.
don't have an iron because
Me
I don't
neither.
know why. None of us have an iron somehow. So this was like a last minute thing, and now there's a bunch of like squares and lines all over.
I put mine in the dryer last night, and I think that was a mistake.
It's
Yeah.
getting. It looks like wrapping paper, but in a good way.
Yeah, that was a mistake, Becca.
That-
It
no,
looks
but
crinkly.
we start at the bottom so that episode 2 can be at the top.
Season 2.
Season 2. Sorry.
Going
yeah.
back to what we were saying, Becca and Bianca both have like music-y boyfriends to help them like set all this stuff up. And then I'm over here on the other side of the country doing it alone with no help, no boyfriend, no music-y boyfriend to help me set this up. I had to do it all on my own.
No,
so
and Lexi, I'm gonna tell you that if you get a boyfriend, I will not accept him unless he's a musician.
Unless he's a musician.
Because it's a part of the brand.
No, literally, it's it's a requirement to have a boyfriend that can do music stuff. Because so when I go on dates, I'm gonna be like, okay, can you help me with my podcast? Yes or no? The answer is no. They're done. The answer is yes.
No,
they make it to
literally.
round 2. Can you deal with Becca and Bianca?
Yeah, this podcast literally could not happen if we didn't have Nico and
literally.
Beckett.
No, think about it.
Like we could
be
not.
Be real. Like, yeah. They're kind of saving it.
Yeah.
No,
We
yeah.
have no clue. We
They-
would be
They're the
On-
underdogs.
Maybe we'll have a special episode where we can introduce them. But again, this is not their podcast, so it's going to be for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Just like a quick.
Just a quick like in and out. Like a
They're
little
also
quick
both
cameo.
very shy, though. So, like,
No, they are. They'd
They-
be like
And
so
with
awkward.
the most 2 outgoing girlfriends in the
Yeah.
entire world.
but they,
Yeah,
Like you guys are the same. Like both your relationships are a very similar dynamic where like both
That's
you guys
why
are
it
crazy
works.
and then they do music.
yeah.
Yeah, they're quiet and do music.
Yep.
Except
And-
it switched because my boyfriend's Italian, but Bianca's Italian.
That's so funny.
Ooh.
Stop. You're right.
I'm Jewish.
Just
So
so you
am
guys
I.
know.
Oh yeah, Becca is too. Happy Rosh
No, I
Hashanah, by
know.
the way.
Oh my God, yeah,
Happy
I
New Year.
know. I'm doing the so on Wednesday
Are you
is
fasting?
the kip. No,
The
this is my
kip?
the kip.
Yom Kippur.
Yeah, you don't call it that, the kip.
No.
Like the kip up.
I've never heard that. Okay, say what you're
I
gonna
think
say.
my family is the only one that calls it that. We
They
make
would.
nicknames for everything. No, but I'm not fasting this year
Me neither.
because I get really bad migraines and I'm also dancing like all day.
That's
but
my
I
thing
am
too.
going.
Do that.
Yeah, I am
You would
going home
pass
to
out.
break the. I used to though, which
Me
is like
too.
actually
Well,
bad.
this is the first year that I'm not fasting, and it's because I have 4 classes and I teach Zumba, so I just can't. So I feel a little guilty, but like
I
I'm
know.
making money.
It's the Jewish guilt.
It's the
But
Jewish
I'm
guilt.
making money. Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
That-
that's the
I'm
Jewish
sorry,
side
but-
of me.
That I was gonna say that's the most Jewish thing I've ever heard.
That's so funny.
It's okay, we can say it because we're Jewish.
Yeah. Can you tell by my nose? So big.
No.
Bianca, you're an honorary Jew.
I
Yeah,
know.
I was gonna say then what's Bianca's excuse?
Well, my excuse is that I'm Italian. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're all getting
that's
nose
true.
jobs. We are.
I know.
Like, look at it.
We probably talk about our
Eventually.
nose at least once an episode.
I know.
But
it's
here's
so
the
bad.
thing. Also, like, yeah, I want to, but also, like, I still appreciate my nose, but I just sometimes it's a love-hate thing. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, I think everybody just has things about themselves that they don't like, and like my nose has always been something that I've been slightly
Can we
insecure
get the
about.
same nose?
Yeah, let's all
three
get
of
the
us
same one.
The same nose.
The
Whose
same
nose?
model.
No,
It
we're
would-
all
do
gonna
what
get a
makes
new
you
nose.
happy. Do what makes you happy. If that would make you happy, which it probably would for me, like I'll do it. You know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Bianca, you said that in the last episode.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I thought you were
Yeah.
quoting like the last.
Yeah, that was
episode.
an
no,
exact
but like
quote.
it's true because why not? And like if I'm
No,
like,
David.
and I
Stop,
also
that
think
was so funny.
I know.
Like watching
But-
that back, that was my favorite clip.
I also think I have a deviated septum, so there's like an
Same.
actual problem when I breathe. So like There's a
yes,
lot of
the
things.
deviated septum.
no, but
Yeah,
really.
that is a
To get
very-
nose job. No, I know.
That's the Jewish excuse.
but,
well, I'm not Jewish, so it's a real excuse then, I guess.
We just show up and I'm like, insurance should cover my nose job because I'm Jewish and it's not fair. Like I have a huge nose. Okay. Anyways,
Anyways,
I did want to bring up Bianca. Is it weird to be filming in there without us? Because when we filmed all of our other episodes, me and Becca went to Bianca's apartment and filmed in the room that she's filming in now. So how does it feel being alone, like, and filming this without us?
well, I mean, it feels really nice because I have so much space.
Mm.
But
She
I
loves being the star.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
do
She's an op,
miss
though.
it. I miss you guys being here and here on my shoulders.
Can I just say, Bianca was on the verge of tears when I left in May.
I was.
She was, yes. You were
No,
so
you
sad.
were.
And then you were sending pictures of the room that that you're filming in right now, and you were like, "It's so empty. It's so empty
I
without
literally
you guys."
came
Yeah.
home. Okay, can I just say this is why I was so emotional? I'm gonna defend myself here for a second. When she was here, we spent so much time together, like the three of us,
did.
and we filmed so much in my apartment. So then I came home and it was still the same, but they were gone, and I was like, like, when are we all gonna be together again? Because it's
January
just like
2nd.
yeah, because it's just
Well,
like a weird like transition
know.
after that.
But Bianca and I did see each other this summer. She was in
We
New
did.
York for a
Oh,
week,
yeah.
so I went and visited her, and it was pretty quick actually. It was only like
A couple
4
hours.
hours, yeah. And so it was me, Bianca, and then her boyfriend Beckett. The three of us just strolling around New York City. What did we do?
We
got
managed-
dinner.
Well, yeah, but we managed to take a couple TikToks, and then
We
we
did,
went
and
to
you didn't
that-
post any of them.
Well, my concept was weak.
Yeah, it was.
My
You weren't
storyline,
prepared.
I don't know what I was going
Storyline mid.
for. There was no
Yeah.
storyline.
There was no storyline. I'm not
So,
offended
Yeah, we have to redo it, and then I'll do it justice, right?
though.
Like,
yeah.
if I posted that, nobody would understand what's going on, as I
To
don't.
be honest, I
myself.
didn't understand what we were doing.
Yeah. So to be fair, yes. But yeah, and then we got we went to Forever 21 for a minute, and I got that cardigan.
Oh, cardigan for the show because you saw Phantom of the Opera that night.
Yep. Yeah. And
And-
you were going somewhere, weren't you?
Home.
Home. Okay.
I just
awesome.
went home. I just came to see you, and we got dinner at that restaurant that I showed you,
Yeah.
the pink one.
Yes. It was so
And that-
cute. It
that
was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think I just was running home to catch the earlier train. I think
You-
that's why I was rushing.
Yep. Yep.
But like we literally just hung out, and it was so nice because like I knew that was the only chance that I was gonna get to see you until the next time I come back to LA. Because like it's such a hassle for me to see both of you because we just have to base it on like, are you coming to New York? Like I feel like that's where
I
you guys
was
would
I
go.
was in New York
you did
this
go to New
summer.
York, but I
And
was
you guys didn't see each other.
no, I know because I was so busy. I was in a chorus line and we had shows every day. And like I get so stressed about time that I was like, how am I supposed to go to New York and be back
Yeah.
for like my
It
call
just
time
didn't
and be
make
ready?
sense.
Like it was just so much. And then I was also studying for the GREs, which not fun. Stressed me
Lexi,
out.
the easiest solution to this is just to move to Los
LA.
Angeles.
I know. Well, we'll see what happens with grad school. We'll see where I go. We'll see where
Okay.
that
To make
takes
you
me.
feel better though, me and Bianca have seen each other like twice.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I know. You
Yeah.
know what Becca said to me when we were waiting in line when we went to Universal when I was visiting you guys, and Becca turns to me and goes, "Are you gonna be sad and jealous when me and Bianca hang out and you're not with us?" She literally said that to me. There's a fly in my room.
Becca.
this.
No, we were waiting
Becca.
online. It was some indoor ride, and you were like, "Are you gonna be sad when we hang out without you?"
So what did you say?
And I was like, like I don't even know what I said. I was so taken back by the comment. I was like, I don't be sure.
Oh, but I think I said like honestly.
No, I remember you were like, but don't worry, like we make sure to FaceTime you.
We do.
But
No, I
also I was
know.
going back to school at that point, so like I wasn't even planning to be in LA.
No,
for
I
the
know. It
year.
was just so funny. I wasn't offended. It made me laugh.
Yeah, well, we
You just
probably
make
hung
me
out
laugh.
one time that summer.
Yeah.
Bianca still hasn't seen my new apartment, but you have to.
Yeah. Whenever you
She'll
want to
see it when I
invite
see
me.
it. Can you invite me too? Can you not do this without me?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I
okay,
won't.
Cool.
Anyways,
Well,
do we have any more news to like give to people? Bianca, Lexi?
I feel like
think-
that was a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we filled you guys in on the main changes in our life. I mean, obviously there's a whole bunch of little stuff, but like that's kind of irrelevant to the main plot.
Yeah.
So-
Maybe if we did a weekly podcast instead of bi-weekly.
Yeah.
But that's not in the
Stick to
budget.
plot. Yeah.
We'll see what happens in the future. But if you guys want to see more of us together, you're going to see that in season 2 because I will be going back to LA and we plan on filming many more episodes, especially now that we know what we're doing with the podcast. We were very confused when I went to LA and we
we were very confused.
We were
Yeah.
very confused. We were very unorganized. We
We
weren't
crash
unorganized,
coursed.
but like we were learning as we go.
Yeah.
And so this right now, this is a trial and error kind of thing because we've never filmed not together and I've never had to set up my microphone without Beckett. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of like a little stressed.
Yeah.
But Hopefully I recorded everything. I see the numbers still moving, so it says
Yeah.
recording.
What if it just didn't record though?
I would probably like.
I'd start
we have.
crying.
To be honest, though, we have enough time that like if we had to re-record, it'd be fine.
But
Yeah.
this was so authentic.
I
Yeah.
know.
I think
And
this was a
it's-
good episode though, because like it's been so long since we've been together and talked. So like I like sharing with you guys like what happened since the last time we filmed. So
Yeah.
I hope you guys like listening to it because we just love talking. Clearly,
Yeah.
So
And I think our next episode is our last one of season 1. Is that correct?
It is, which is crazy.
Episode 10,
Yep.
which is crazy. We
That's
have
so
a very
weird.
So we're actually gonna go and film that right now. Spoiler.
Don't tell them. It's not on the same day. We would never do that.
Yeah. But we have a really exciting episode planned for the last episode. I think it's a very great way to close out the season.
Mhm.
So you guys are just gonna have to stay tuned in 2 weeks to listen for that.
Season
Yes.
finale.
And tell your friends.
And tell your friends'
your
friends.
Yeah. Don't listen to it in groups. All of you listen to it individually.
Yeah. Or if you do listen to it in a group, you can all be together in headphones.
Yeah, with your own phone,
With your own
playing
phones.
it.
We need that. We need that analytic.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening, and we hope that you're enjoying our podcast so far, and we hope that you're looking forward to our very last episode of Bar Chat for this season.
Yes, we're so excited.
Yay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.